Okay. All right. So today we are discussing the agenda for the workshop in Costa Rica on the 25th and 26th of July. So I will be going there. So I'll be reaching Costa Rica on Sunday, the 24th. And my understanding is that Tony Arai, he is the local host. So he has arranged a church and he sent me some images, quite a substantial place, very nice location. And I think it's open air, right, Pablo? It's sort of an open air church.
Yes. And it looks,
And that is where we'll do it. So I said, let's just keep it 9 to 5 the first day, and we'll go on tweaking it as the local people who participate and they give their feedback. So I propose the next day or even the afternoon, I'll just tweak it based on the feedback that we get. So when I've used this agenda, I mean, I've based this agenda here, what we did in Denver last year in Colorado, with a little bit of tweaking. So here, of course, everything is in Spanish in the agenda. So if you look at the day one, so the very first thing is to get together at the church. That's what it says, 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And then we'll do introductions. So Pablo, so the audience would all be local people, right? This is my understanding.
I think so, yes. Yeah, because unless somebody comes from here, if somebody's going from here, but I don't know if anybody would. Well, I'm not gonna be able to make it. It's too close to my trip to Greece.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I wish I could, but yeah, there would be people from local people mostly.
Yeah.
With Tony being the translator, I think he could do okay. Yes.
Yeah, and then Tony asked me how many people we can accommodate in the workshop. And I said, if I'm alone, nobody else is with me, a trained Paida Lajin person, then I can probably handle about 20 people or so, not more than that. He said, oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he says there are many more people who would want to attend.
Master Shah will be not very proud of you because he says, I heard him say he could do thousands of people.
Yeah, but he's a master, right? I'm not. Yeah, and plus, I mean, I'm not perfect in Spanish. That's the other thing.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference. So he's going to get local people. But what I have done in addition is that I have my booking for 3 days to be in Costa Rica. So the first 2 days of workshop, and if it becomes popular and people want it, others want it, so I'll have the third day that I can dedicate to this.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah, for others as well, anybody else. And what sometimes happens, and this is what I have seen, sometimes in the very first day, one or two people see great benefit. And soon as somebody sees great benefit that they have not been able to get with other medicines, then the word spreads around very quickly, and then you get very high demand. And if nobody sees any benefit, then it sort of chugs along. I mean, it goes on slowly.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the situation. I've seen it several times in workshops that I've held.
Yeah.
Okay. And after the introductions, we'll do the agenda review, and then I'll describe how the Paida Lajin process works. And then we will start with the universal joints, which is the 4 joints, right? The heart and the hand, etc., and the knee. And I'm hoping that we will improvise a Lajin bench. And Tony's totally aware of the Lajin bench. So, and he showed me some images, and there are some good tables and some poles or beams outside in the church. I'm sure we'll be able to improvise something there. So they can do Lajin in parallel. And here from us in the group also, we will form group of 3, I mean, 2 or 3, depending on who's there, how many people are not afraid. And then we will have a lunch break. So I don't know how the lunch process will work there, but we'll have to discuss with Tony. Okay, there's a spelling mistake here, como comer. Oh, sorry. And this is again, I was going to do what Jin has done. The best way to eat, right, is to chew your food many times, etc. So we'll go through this as well. And then we'll have a little bit of rest and some meditation. And then we'll discuss, and I was thinking maybe discuss what symptoms different participants have. So that is important. And see whether, and that will be tricky, right? I mean, 20 people, each one has a different symptom, and how do you deal with each one of them? So, but anyways, I'll try to see what is the best we can do. And then introduce the concept of the Ho'oponopono, right? Which is the I love you, please forgive me, thank you. And this is what Master Shao has propagated, and this comes from the Ho'oponopono process.
How do you know that?
Yeah, it comes from Ho'oponopono. It's very powerful. Yeah.
You want it in Spanish or you want it in another language?
Well, I mean, Ho'oponopono, I mean, the Hawaiian masters, of course, they teach in Hawaiian and English as well. But I will speak mostly like a Spanglish kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll combine, and Tony will have to translate, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know why there is a blank here. I must have done something. And then do maybe the head and the face. And espalda is the back. Then the hips. I mean, I've just put these things down. The sequence could change depending on the participants and how people feel. And I'll throw in plenty of rest. And we discuss how to improve your immune system. And then shoulders and arms. We'll also like to talk a little bit about millets. And there's the legs. So around 5 o'clock or so. And then we'll go through the first day feedback from the participants, question, answer, etc. And this time I'll go back and forth, right, depending on how everything goes in the first day. So anybody has any suggestions in this?
It looks good.
And the second day would be very similar, except we'll introduce like Zen jogging. We'll do probably first thing in the morning, depending whether it's raining or not raining. Or Pablo, have you seen that location, that area, or not really?
That area where Tony is hardly rain. It's going to be dry. Even though Costa Rica is in this rainy season, that area is towards the Caribbean. It's always very warm. I don't think you should expect any rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it'll be very humid, right? Very humid?
No, it's dry.
Oh, it's not humid also. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, you're not going to have the same heat as here. It's dry.
Oh, okay.
It's like going to the Bahamas. It's a dry heat, very hot.
Yeah, okay. All right. And then, I mean, introduce the concept of carpet bombing and also discuss on healing reactions later on and more Paida, etc. The concept of 5 elements, if it makes sense. And we'll continue the carpet bombing in these smaller teams. And perhaps, depending on how much time is available, we can do what Carmen has shown us, these fingers, the Lajin or Paida of the fingers and the toes, those kind of things. And some of the exercise that Jin has shown us. Remember, Jin, with your hand going around and body curving back and forth. So we can do some of those things. And if there's more interest, we'll talk about future. How do they sustain it in Costa Rica, this process? Yeah. What is the best way to sustain it?
This is great, Sri. I'm excited to see this start in Costa Rica. I never expected it would go so fast, but it's great. I'm happy.
Yeah. And actually, it is not very expensive, right? Because the hotel is like $30 a day or something like that. It was very inexpensive. And I would think the food will also be very inexpensive, right? The fruits and salad and.
Yeah, I think so. I think, yes, it won't be that much, especially if you do it in a group like that.
Yeah, yeah, it should be very affordable.
I mean, if you go to the fancy restaurants in Costa Rica, it would charge you as much money as here, but there where you're going to be, it should be, you could have. I don't know what Tony is going to do, but I'm sure he'll find the best price, and it won't be expensive.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Because you probably have like rice and beans and tortillas and fruits and vegetable. They're big in vegetable in Costa Rica. They have plátanos, plantains, and they have something called chayotes. They're all vegetables, and they're making them all in all different ways. Very delicious.
Oh yeah. Okay.
How are you going to do millets though?
He's on a collective. Tony's on a collective farm where everybody puts in time to work the little piece of land there. So there's chickens, but I know that you don't eat that, Shri, but eggs or whatever. But they'll have the fresh veggies and stuff like that right there for the picking.
That's true.
Oh, I see. Okay, so he's in a collective farm and they grow stuff there.
Yeah, the last time I talked to him, he showed me everything. He took the camera around.
Oh, that'll be amazing.
Everything they're growing and stuff like that. So it's probably going to be just for the picking. Somebody will go out and pick and then make the veggies and the beans and the rice. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be wonderful. Yeah. So I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's just, I don't have a direct flight from Tampa. So, but you change in Miami, so it's not bad. It's a half-an-hour flight to Miami from here and then change in Miami, and Miami has plenty of flights. Fort Lauderdale and Miami, they are the gateway to Latin America. So there are plenty of flights from Miami to. So it's not bad. My total flight would be like 4 or 5 hours or something like that.
We all wish we were going with you.
Yeah. Well, the next time. Well, if the first one succeeds, works out well, then we can do more in the future.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Maybe February. February is a good time to go there too. It's warmer. Definitely summer there, all over Costa Rica.
Oh yeah.
They don't really have winters there. It's only a rainy season and
a summer. Exactly. Which is good. The weather is the same all year round, so it's much easier. Okay. Yes.
Very green all over the place.
Okay, good. Okay, so now I think we can move on to our main agenda, which is Anybody has any questions, any comments, anything they want to share? Please go ahead.
I want to
Shui,
say something.
Shui,
Yeah. Also, Bradley wants to say something and Jin wants to say something, right? So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I went to this place yesterday in Georgia called House of Light, and they do a bunch of alternative things there, alternative modalities.
Right.
And I think I'm going to start doing Paida Lajin lessons and classes there, which I'm very excited about. I did a demonstration yesterday. They wanted me to do more breath work and meditation, but I told them I was very passionate about actually doing Paida Lajin. And so they let me do a demo yesterday for about 15, 20 minutes. And we had about 10 of us slapping each other's inner elbows. And
Right.
there was a lot of good reception to it. So I'm looking forward to just kind of seeing where that goes.
Wonderful. All you need is one more person who gets excited about it.
Right. And there were definitely people, and some of the people, their saw was coming up so fast. So we got to see results quickly. So.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. And what Bradley, what I found is in these kind of sessions, if somebody gets improvement in their symptom, that goes much longer.
Right.
That goes much longer. And sometimes they don't get the improvement the same day. Sometimes they call you the next day and they say, hey, Bradley, you know what happened? And this is what I've seen it several times.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it was good to get the exposure of just, I sometimes have that imposter syndrome of being able to teach it. But because I'm around people who are also doing it so frequently, but when I'm around people who have never even done it, it's very clear. And the words just come out of my mouth, what
Right.
is said. And so really excited to share that with you all.
That's really cool. Plus you look like Christ leading the people in this practice. So your hair is unreal, dude. Seriously.
He's certainly an evangelist. If he's not Christ, he's an
For sure.
evangelist.
Well, it's good to be back. I've been absent for a little bit, dealing with some things here, but I've been practicing diligently, and glad to see everyone's face here. Missed y'all.
Yes. Another thing I suggest is, Bradley, if you have their contact, people who attended it, send them an email or a WhatsApp or whatever, just to make sure if they see an improvement, they'll communicate with you. Otherwise, they may not be able to communicate with you.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the place that I'm doing it at, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays, but she said if I need the place ever, I could use it. So I could definitely see a 1 or 2 day workshop coming at some point.
Wonderful. I mean, you can lead a workshop. I mean, you know so much.
Cool.
And you need a Lajin bench as well.
I have one. I built one, so I have at least one.
And you can carry it there? Is it portable?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So what town is that?
Noonan, Georgia, Newnan, home of Alan Jackson.
Say it again.
Neunan. So like Newman, but Noonan with all N's.
Noonan, Georgia.
It's about 35 minutes south of Atlanta, of the airport.
Oh,
Is it close to the Georgia Guidestones site?
I don't know where those are exactly, but I don't think Georgia's not huge. You can pretty much get across state within 4 hours of wherever you are.
Cool. Did you see that they blew them up, Bradley?
No, I didn't realize they blew them up.
Oh yes, direct energy weapon hit. And
wow.
and then like within 3 or 4 hours, they mowed them all down with a bulldozer.
Huh.
Oh, so what happened? What happened?
The Georgia Guidestones were hit with an electronic, they blew with
them
an
up.
energy beam, and they came down. One of them exploded, and the top thing went, and so then they had a bulldozer in there and took the rest of them down. I know. Anyway, different subject. Sorry about that. Just Noonan,
Okay.
Georgia. All right.
Okay, great. Great. That'll be great news if you hold a workshop there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Jen, go ahead.
Hi. I would like to have some suggestion for the workshop we are talking about just now. And in my opinion, and based on my experience, I think
Right.
that we had better always emphasize on the basic technique of the Paida, especially for the beginner, because
Right.
because last time when we do the workshop in the Denver, we just suggest to people to do each part for 5 minutes. You remember that, right?
Right.
So in my opinion, is 5 minutes is not enough if people want to, even just for the elbow, if they want to Paida it through to make sure that they can remove the blockage from that, maybe 5 minutes is not enough. That's why I would suggest when we start the practice of the Paida, we need to suggest them to Paida enough, just enough. Don't count on the time. Just make sure that the pain level, make sure the shark come out, and then increase the force harder and harder, and then make sure the pain level get down, and then yeah, that's that. Based on this standard, that you can make sure that you have Paida enough for a certain part. So this is my suggestion for the beginner. You need to know, okay, how much I should Paida is enough for a certain part. So when you talk about the first day, you want these 2 days, you want people to Paida all the universe area.
Right.
And yeah, if they really use this standard to Paida all the universe area, it will take much time. I think
whole day, yeah, whole day.
Yeah,
right.
because we are talking about all around the elbow, and then they just use their hands. So even use a slapper, the slapper can help them to use less time to cover all the elbow and all the feet and the hands area. But just with the hands, they need to really spend much time to do that properly, in my opinion. So yeah, we can try to suggest them to Paida all this universal area within these 2 days. At the meanwhile, I would suggest you can try to help them to use the Paida skill to take care of some body pain issues. For example, maybe in the afternoon,
Right.
if the people, because you just now you're also talking about let them to share their symptoms, right?
Right.
So in this part, I will suggest that, okay, you just ask them to emphasize on the pain, the body pain symptom, because by using the Paida method, it's quite efficient to heal the pain problem, right? So that when people want to use the Paida to take care of the pain problem, you can let them do it by themselves, or let the other people help them to take care of the pain. For example, if they have the shoulder pain, and then let other people to help him to Paida all around this area, maybe it will take maybe 1 hour. It doesn't matter, as long as they, after they have Paida very good on this area, they can feel okay. I have the effect is on, right? They can really feel Paida can help them to release the pain problem immediately, so that it can demonstrate the power of the Paida.
Oh, I see. No,
that's a great idea to show right then and there that you can get rid of somebody's pain.
So what I'm hearing is ask the audience
Mhm,
if anybody has a particular kind of pain,
mhm,
maybe knee pain, maybe shoulder pain, right? Or
yeah.
elbow pain or something.
Mhm,
And then first demonstrate that that pain can be healed, right? So
yeah,
doing the Paida for that area,
yeah,
right? And
yes.
just get other people to Paida it so everybody else sees it or something.
Mhm,
And once this person is relieved of pain, so the
mhm.
pain goes up when you start Paida, and then it starts coming down, and the shock comes out. When people see it, then they will be more motivated to do it, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, not only just one person to demonstrate, but because maybe there are 20 people over there, and then let people to do it for each other. I mean, maybe someone
Yeah,
have a shoulder pain, maybe someone have a knee pain and something like this. They can do it. They can group two to a
together,
group,
right?
and then they can help each other to do that as well. Mhm.
Yeah. And so I see, yeah. So that's a good thing to think about, yeah. And the other thing that you said for universal joint, 5 minutes is not good enough. We should not keep a timer, but we keep doing it till the pain goes up and starts coming down
Yeah,
so
yeah,
everybody can see it. So you just do the inner elbow, for example,
right,
and then just keep doing Paida,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Rather than saying we'll close at 5 minutes and we'll move on to the next location. Just
Mhm.
keep doing it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, just make sure, because different people have different timing for a certain part. So just make sure that they are really confirm that, okay, the blockage have been removed for this area. So then, and then they can move to the other part of the body to do that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good suggestion. So
Mhm.
maybe do that in the beginning. Maybe just demonstrate in the beginning the four universal joints,
Yeah,
just demonstrate quickly, and then go on and see who has what kind of pain,
yes. Mhm.
right?
Or do you mean start with the pain assessment on people?
Yes, that's what I think he's saying. Start with the pain assessment and then form
Uh,
teams
so,
to do the
sorry,
PIDA so the pain can be done, right?
sorry. In my opinion, when we do the practice, when we try to practice the basic technique of the Paida, we can always start with the elbow,
Right.
okay? And then let them just practice the basic technique.
Everybody, right?
Until
Everybody
they,
do the elbow, right?
yeah, until they can really understand the basic technique. So
Right.
that if they do have more time, they can also do the outer part of the joint
Right.
area maybe. So after that, in the afternoon, you can start with the addressing the pain issues, how to solve the pain issues, so that
Right. Right.
they can really understand. Okay, by using Paida, it's really powerful way to heal the pain problem, so that they can have a better understanding. Why should they Paida so much in a certain area? Mhm.
Right. Right. So the morning is explaining to them the theory, how the process works,
Mhm.
demonstrating, and then they practice just the elbow to start
Mhm.
off with, right? So
Mhm.
they know how the pain goes up and how it comes down. Once they see it, and the
Mhm.
afternoon, we look at the individual pain points,
Mhm.
form teams, and then see how many can be improved. Just focus
Mhm.
on that one, right? So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
And based on my last workshop experiences, that because last time when we practiced the Paida, we
mhm,
start from the elbow, and then we start to move on to the wrist area bit by
right,
bit, and then
right,
the second and then the end of the day they feel okay. It feels so swollen, something like that, and a
right,
little bit pain over there. So in that time, we also need to explain them why after Paida, you feel swollen, why, what is happening there, so that they don't have to worry about something wrong. Mhm.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah, that's good. So the morning is where we do all this explanation, everybody understands, and
Mhm.
afternoon we see whether anybody can be healed, right? And they form the teams. That's
Yeah.
a good
Because,
situation.
because 2 days not is quite short. So we cannot do everything, but we need to we have better let them understand the very basic things, and then and as well as the powerful effect of the Paida.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It's not a long time, but no, I just thought just start somewhere. And that's why I have the third day available. So if we need, I will extend it to the third day. Yeah. So Pablo, you were going to say something?
No, I just wanted to agree with you and what was I going to say? Let me see. I already forgot. Yeah, that at the beginning, Sri, maybe you could have a sign-in sheet. So as
Mhm.
people come in, they'll put their name and they also maybe something about the info about them with a little, maybe somehow, so you could collect information about what they're bringing them there.
Mhm.
Like if I was going there, I would say, Pablo Ramirez, I have tinnitus, or I have a problem with my knee, or something like that. And then you could even, or you could do it informally in introductions. Why am I here?
Mhm.
Uh, and you could also, do the elbow like June says, of course, but you'll focus more into their problems, I think. Because there's,
Right.
like if I'm having a problem with my knee and you're making me Paida all over my body, it's like, you want to get to that area right away and convince them that it works.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good idea. Why am I here? Maybe in the beginning,
yeah.
ask the question. Why are
Well,
you here? Yeah.
yeah. After you introduce yourself and tell them how you got into Paida, maybe you could
Mhm.
tell them why are they there. And then you get to know them. It's always good to get to know your class. As a teacher, I could say that, right? Personally, and see what their weaknesses are and so on. So you could ask them straight up, or in writing, they could write down, I'm here for my knee at my problem, or anything else.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. I could have a Google sheet or something where against each name, they just type their symptoms.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
come up with something with Tony, and I'll send it to you.
Good idea. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I might be able to save you a bit of bother and share with you what I've used in the past.
Oh, that'll be amazing, Salim. That will be amazing.
Sorry, but I've just had the flu for the last 3 days, the bioweapon flu. So I've been knocked out, so I'm not on camera.
Bummer.
Yeah, but the illegal hydroxychloroquine came in handy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glad to
All
hear
right.
that.
So are you getting better now?
I was literally 3 days flat on my back,
Right.
headache and what do we call it? Headache and temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously did a bit of Paida just to get relief at that point, because there was no energy to do anything else. And
Exactly. Yeah.
3 of us were affected in the family, so not as bad as me. But if you don't mind, I can share this because it may be of benefit to others on a screen, just to show you, because I've been listening in. Let me just log in on the session.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
You should be able to share your screen.
Yeah, I'm going to just log in on my. Do you have meeting passcode handy?
Meeting Costco.
Passcode, the identity, the passcode. Hang on 1 second. Let me just look it up.
I can look it up.
Okay. Because it's not working through my mobile device. Is it 044482? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the ID.
0444. It's 044482. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. I think it's logging in now.
So right now you're logged in through your.
On my mobile device, and I'm going to log into my desktop where all the documents are.
Okay, yeah, I now understand what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know what you found, but there's been a lot of Wi-Fi issues, and I've heard it reported on certain channels that it's worldwide Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah, and you're so right, because what I found when I sent reminder out since yesterday, I mean, like 20, 30 of the emails have bounced back.
Yeah.
I'm flabbergasted. What the hell happened? I mean, these are valid emails. It just says they're not accepting it. They're not accepting it. So there's something going on. Very strange.
I
since
saw-
yesterday.
I saw a news report that if you send something from your Google account, there's a glitch. There's a story about it going up on.
So they've created a glitch.
No, they didn't mean to. I don't think they're trying to address it.
Who knows whether they meant it or not?
Yeah, right. It's probably more spyware, but anyways, it is a thing. So.
Yeah, sorry, just give me a moment because this isn't logging in. I'm going to cancel and start again. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yep.
Hey, you guys, in the meantime, we have a birthday among our fellow Paida people, and that's Helen Foster. It's her birthday today. Well, it's probably tomorrow in where she lives, but happy birthday, Helen.
Happy birthday, Helen.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Helen, is Helen here today?
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Are you doing
all right.
okay, Helen?
she signed in.
Thank you,
Maybe
Becky.
she went to the kitchen or the bathroom.
No,
Happy
she's there.
birthday.
I'm here.
Helen.
All
Hi,
Thank
right.
you. I
Happy
celebrated it here
birthday
yesterday.
to
Happy
you.
birthday to you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So Salim I can see Salim now, right? So Salim.
Have I come in? On a second session?
Yeah. So
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. So it's logged in. That's good.
Yeah. So now you can share your screen.
Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Because it's still on my end. It still shows Zoom not responding.
Not responding.
Yeah, I don't know why. Let me try one more time.
Yeah, it's very strange things are happening then. So you're trying to share your screen, right now, Salim?
Well, I was, but before I even got to that, it was still sort of logging into the session.
But
so it hadn't even it. So I can see on my mobile device. Let me just see if I can see myself logged in twice. Participants, you can see me logged in, right? Twice?
Not twice.
No, I'm only there
I
once.
just see you once.
Yeah. All right. Let me just try and log in straight through this meeting. This might be it quicker.
The other one should have your name in it, right? Both of them?
Yeah. The first session I'm on is my first name, and the second one will have my first name and second name.
Ah, okay. So we only see your first name.
Yeah,
So,
and then I'll log out of this. I'll log out of this one.
yeah.
So Carmen, do you have any latest news from Master Shah?
I think Salim should have some latest news because he worked with Ivor. And Salim, do you have any latest news?
All right. So I think Salim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now we see Salim twice. So he has to log off his mobile. And okay. Yeah, I think Salim is logged out from a mobile. So now, Salim, now you can share from your laptop. I think you are on your laptop now.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm still in my gym dance.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, we get you now.
Yeah. Welcome, Salim.
Yeah, I'll give you Master Shah's update. Let me share the screen with the information that I.
Yeah, please tell the last information.
Let's go through the workshop thing first because he's trying to. Because all these tips can make the workshop much more powerful. And Carmen, if you have any comments on what to do in the Costa Rica workshop.
I have very short comments before Salim is ready. If he is ready, he have to tell us. Yes, the first good suggestion from Jin, and this is the Cliff House. Okay, Salim, continue with workshop, and I will speak after.
Okay, so let's start with the 2-day workshop, which was a very simplified itinerary. Yeah.
Okay.
8:30 registration, welcome and introduction, Paida Lajin theory and practice, lunch, Lajin practice, Q&A, experiences and meditation, and close. Yeah.
Right.
The Zen jogging was as early as you feel people would be willing to come. Meditation, and you can see the sort of format followed. So that was sort of like a format followed. But if you look at the full 7-day workshop, what we had was Saturday, Sunday, and then the 3 fasting days, and then the Thursday, Friday. So and sorry, I'm just going to overview the whole document, then I can go through it slowly so you get the for preparations. And then on the back page was what the accommodation offers and doesn't offer. I know you don't have accommodation, right?
Right. Everybody's local. Yeah.
Checklist, what to bring with you.
Right.
Okay, so it's basic items like
yoga mat, water bottle. Yeah.
Depending what facilities you have there, right?
Right.
And the only other document was the pre-registration workshop, what's the word? Checklist, or which covers questions like, what's wrong with you and why have you come? Is there anything we should know about, in relation to your well-being? I'm going to share another screen in a minute because that was on a Word document. Because I sent participants as a soft document for them to fill in and send back.
Right, this is registration form, right.
So basic details, medical history. Obviously, we can only rely upon what they wish to disclose, which is their prerogative.
Right, exactly.
Next of kin detail, which was, I don't know, it seemed important at that time.
Right.
It looks like a good form.
Yeah, so those are the forms. And then I also had an online Google form. Let me just see whether I can switch that on. It was on a G drive.
Oh, a waiver form, right?
Sorry?
A waiver form.
No, that's separate. That is a disclaimer.
Okay.
There was a little bit of paperwork there. So that itinerary checklist was for them to know what to bring and what to expect on the day.
Right.
The pre-registration form included their particular details. The other form, which I said an online registration form, is because we have this hotel which had I don't know, say 10 rooms. They were like different bedroom configurations, and we sort of advertised that participants will be sharing rooms with people that they don't know.
Right.
And to facilitate that, the form was designed around their accommodation preferences, which we would try to accommodate if we could, and if we couldn't, then please only register. Because there was certain rooms which had 3 single beds, so that and there were certain rooms which only had a double bed, and we had 2 males sleeping in a double bed, and once you get over the initial shock that went through, and that's just the funny side of it.
Right.
With all those eventualities. Let me just see if I can draw up that form, because I may have a what do you call it, a printed version of that.
Right.
Just for the sake of it, because maybe Google Forms is the way to go. I don't know, but I mean, in those days, I just got my head around Google Forms. This was 2016.
Yeah, it's much easier. Google Forms is much easier to handle because all the data is summarized by the forms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see.
Salim, will you be able to share some of those documents with us for the Costa Rican workshop with Sri?
That's precisely why I thought, let me just show it to you all. Otherwise, I could have shared it with Sri, but sharing it in this setting, anybody else who wants to.
Yeah, that would be good.
So this was the Google Forms document.
Right.
I'll just do the 6 pages up there now, then I'll zoom in and then we can, you know, go individually.
Right, right.
So it's just, you know, Paida, Lajin, whatever, workshop. The workshop details, what it includes, you know, blah, blah, blah. The actual timetable, because on the full 7-day workshop, there was an option to come for 2 days.
Right.
There's no accommodations. So, and this was the cost.
Right.
Early bird discount, and then there was a discount which MasterChef allowed for people who were coming to returning workshops, which is this 10%. So all of these things needed to be communicated in an efficient way. It's too difficult to put out on a flyer, you know.
Right.
The flyer I've used. Let me just show you that as well, because let me just quickly bring the flyer up. Because the flyer needs to be just precise and punchy. It doesn't have too much information. So you just can't put all this information down onto a flyer and make it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You see, so that's a 1-pager, and it doesn't cover all the detail. So you can say, here we go, we've got a standard room, an ensuite room, a 2-person room, you know, a 2-day weekend participant cost.
Right.
With that. And then I think this thing was hyperlinking, if I remember, to some other form which says, yeah, I'm interested. And then once you got that confirmation, then I would send them out the registration form. So that was the process that I followed. So there's very few details there.
Right.
Yeah. So getting back to this sort of elaborates on all those points a little bit more.
Right.
And it, you know, it goes to say, because look, at the end of the day, I didn't know who I was dealing with who I was dealing with, where they're coming from, what their condition was, and all of that. And some of this can bit me in the backside, as some of you know.
Right.
So it really came in handy to have this information.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah. And actually, Bradley, it can come in handy for Bradley as well when he holds his workshop in Georgia.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Bradley, not wishing to wish anything, but America is the litigious capital of the world, I think.
Yeah.
Of the world.
Yeah. This is cool. This is good.
Yeah.
This is very nice to have.
Yeah.
And your schedule too, Sri.
Yeah, and of course we are translating everything into Spanish, and of course Bradley is very proficient in Spanish as well.
Okay. So this is the basic details, and it's like, have you attended an event where with a
Right.
So this was, I can't really now, unless I put my mind to it, which order this all went out in, but there was a specific sequence that it went out in.
Right.
And I don't know, three. I think Costa Rica will be different. But I think if you were to do anything on mainland US, as well Northern America, maybe you ought to do a bit of screening before you accept participants, especially people that you don't know.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that's the other thing is how do you pick and choose and say, no, this kind of condition, this is very severe condition, and I would not want them in the first level of workshop or whatever, right? Yeah.
Or we're not. This is not a workshop for critical cases. Maybe I don't know. This is just something for you to contemplate. Really.
Yes. Yeah. And that is, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we would like to think that we go out there in the world to do good work and then nothing's going to come in our way. But often it's not the people themselves that wish any harms, it's people behind them or their dependents or whatever that they end up coming after you,
Yeah, we have to be careful. Absolutely. Okay.
So, Master Shao, situation is pretty much as it was. I think the lawyer, the UK lawyer, has been off sick, or at least a week.
So, Salim, can I suggest, because the time is short and Carmen has a comment on the workshop, let's do that, right? And this Master Shao, we can probably discuss another time because nothing really has changed. So let's do that some other time. Yeah. So, Carmen, please go ahead. Your suggestion. I want to listen to it. That's important.
Okay. My experience since 2016, because I had to fulfill all documents in Bulgarian, in English with the workshop for Master Shao, but I came to the conclusion till the end, the participant, they are doing in Bulgarian or English declaration of the participant with anything else, with the details, and in the end we have a question and answers. How old, what's complaint, how the pulse, and specific questions for the person, and how long, and what's happened, and many questions and answers, and second part of this declaration. And this actually is very important. And I have with this years, all new participants, I have their declaration here. I finished.
Keep
of
it.
Course,
okay.
Of course, I keep it, and I finish my first map, and I start with the second one now. But and what is conclusion from so many years? Conclusion is that's the best way to have a confidence with participant, to know them better, because you see, it was a COVID, and we've been locked down and things like that, and we stay in our country. Now we have again options to do the workshop, but I'm doing once per week with people, and I'm in contact with any person who is ready to come for workshop. I'm not doing actually the people who am not knowing them pretty well. That's why the workshop is going in a good speed. And of course, there is some new, but I always invite them to see them in my practice. Any place from Bulgaria they come from day or two to speak each other, to give them tasks to the workshop. And it's a lot of things to preparing. Of course, paperwork is important, but face-to-face is also very important with people. And about, that's about the workshops, but when I'm going to this workshop for Costa Rica, advice from Jean, which I'm agree with, and also this is very important, people, because they're going to be local people there in Costa Rica, and people know each other, and then they can be minimum 3 together, and they do for elbow, because if they do long time, maybe it's going to be 20 minutes, maybe it's going to be 30 minutes per area. If they do to themselves, they getting tired because they doesn't been trained to be concentrated so long. But if they do in the group, they can, because they can change the hand which is working on the hand on other. That's why even Master Shao says, if you do with one hand, and I do once per week with people here in the practice, they do with one hand. They're not getting tired, and the quality of their work is good because they change their hands and adaptation time they need. That's why my recommendation is they have to do with one hand, even longer, but they can change the hands, and that's going to be perfect. They not feel exhausted.
Right.
And in the same time, they will get a little explanation to have a less fear for one and other things. That's my advice as well.
So what you're suggesting, and also Salim also suggested, is to screen the people who come as participants, right? We screen them somehow, right? If we know them, that's the best thing. If we don't, then we talk to them and figure out that they are the right people to join, right?
Yes, but it's going to be you can do comparing how they came with their weight, with their problems, and in a few years, if they join their condition, and we can do conclusion, and we can write even clinical reports in the future can be written. For some people, anything changed, but it's possible. It's possible. That's why documentaries is needed.
Right. Documenting,
Something just occurred to me, like, I agree. I mean, I'm happy to see all those documented people. Yeah, you have to get this information from them, but I don't think you should reject. I'm just wondering if we should reject anybody for having, let's say, serious heart problems. Maybe we could sort them in a different corner where you could have them maybe slap themselves maybe softer. I don't know, so that they will still learn something about Paida. But
of course, Pablo. Of course, Pablo. If it was my opinion with the experience I had, I would let any person. But with this, any person who is in difficult condition, we have to pay more attention.
Yes,
we have to be more careful, and that's why you see expression of the face of the person, and many things are important. And see how the trust is going, and see how the conscience is. The person is concentrated on that. Of course, always can have some. It's not dramatic mistake, a little bit, but we are on the process and we are concentrated. And since maybe my experience with the workshop and Master Shao, since then, even sometimes last time, people, I know them and they come for the workshop and they get this and they write it. They are not doing that before what I did before. And that's also acceptable. That's why careful, step by step, don't be in a hurry, speed slowly, and you'll get an excellent result.
So Salim, what is your opinion on people who have serious body conditions? Because
my opinion is this: is that am I or are you or anybody who is in the organizational capacity of the workshop suitably qualified to recognize if somebody is at risk of losing their life or not? And if you are or you're not, right? Do you know what to do in that situation, or to put that situation out? Now, if I was to arrange workshops again in the future, I would have a medically trained doctor, ideally as a participant, somebody who was disenfranchised with their modality, and I would ask them,
could you fulfill this role within the workshop? Or I would seriously consider paying for a doctor to be available.
Yeah, because that could be, I mean, somebody could have a serious healing reaction. What do you do then, right? That's the thing.
How do you interpret that? Because this is what we interpreted this lady having a healing reaction. And apparently she had a similar one in another workshop in Bulgaria. I think Carmen was there. And she passed away in the workshop, in our workshop. So the people who come back to do investigation afterwards, they don't want to know anything. They want to point the finger at somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
If the new participant, we see them there with a lack of energy, energy is low, they are not prepared for such big healing crisis. They're just doing first step, and they have to have affordable, which they can accept, the energy can accept those crises, because if they cannot accept, they can get some wrong things. That's why don't be in a hurry with new participants. Don't go away with the strong healing reactions. That's not acceptable, and I'm not agree with it.
Right. So you're saying just go slowly with them, and maybe just let them participate just for the inner elbow, and after that they can just go and think about it.
Yeah, see how they feel. Go a little bit rest. It's like adaptation of this way of life, which is they did the first step, and if they get more power, also Jean will agree with that. They get more power, they can work again. They get more power, they can work again. Don't be in a hurry. Not speed for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's a good suggestion. So people who have a more serious condition, just go very slow with them. Very, very.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. First to that they have to be alive, and then came alive for second session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a suggestion. Hi. It's
Yes, Elizabeth.
Yes. Hi, everybody. So this is very interesting, and I was thinking for such a, I mean, this is for workshop. I wasn't sure if this is appointed for specifically a workshop which people paying for that and in advance, or a workshop which is people meets on their own expenses and meeting for a day or two, and then practicing actually the Paida Lajin together. So I was not clear on it which one we're talking about here, but regardless which one, I think regardless we can have a form for one group of participants who is overwatching, and one is who is actually practicing physically. And the one who is overwatching, they can observe and they can talk to the physical participant and get familiar as a first step, just like he said that, just the Bulgarian gentleman just said it very well. And then this way they get familiar. So that would be the first step for someone who is not really know about Paida Lajin, and also someone who has a feeling of risk if should do it or not this. And then would be someone in the group who is knowledgeable, can talk to those people, what would be the preparation to get to the point to practice physically this, and what they need to do first step, like improve their diet, improve their strength, and maybe talk to their doctor, which is, of course, the doctor gonna be saying, what is this? But at least they have time to decide when they're ready, because I only wanna work with people who want to be worked with, not the one who is afraid to be worked with. But as a health patient, to realize, if they're ready with their health condition to work with, that takes more than first time just trying on them, like we all said. And I believe
right. So what you're saying is there should be some of the, because we have to finish the meeting now because we're already running over. So what you suggest is a good suggestion. So some people can just observe
Yes,
other doing this.
They can come to the meeting and as free, just observe, and when two participants working and they can share their feeling and their experience, they can listen to it so they can get familiar with how these things works.
Right.
What the feeling of that, and why is the bruise, and why is the pain, and why, when is reaches the pain, when is actually upsided, like you said, brother Shri, because when is upsiding the pain, that's a very important point. And I think we should more emphasize it, because that's when really tolerable after, and that's when it's, I think, happens the miracle. And
yeah. No, that's a good suggestion, I think. No, I think this was very good. There was so good, so many good suggestions that have come up, and we're getting some new forms, paperwork from Salim as well. So, and anytime, I mean, if you have any other suggestions, just send me an email or a WhatsApp or whatever. If you want to talk to me, that would be good as well. We can talk offline and see we can make the agenda much more friendly and much more powerful. That's what I really want. So, no, great. I think, thank you, everybody. And I think we'll have, let me just stop there.